Greetings, loyal followers of the First Order. My name is Cora22, and welcome back to another special unboxing video. Today we're going to show off another of Wave 9 ships that I that I got around the same time I got the Special Forces TIE. It's another ship that I find incredibly useful. I've tried and tested it on the Squadron benchmark on the internet, and I gotta say, you know, despite it being an intercepting arc dodger, you get a lot more out of just rushing your opponent head on anyway. So what we got here is we've got the Concord Dawn Protectorate Starfighter from Star Wars Rebels. These are the starfighters used by the Mandalorians at Concord Dawn, and I think they were first introduced in I think it was an episode where Hera, Sabine, and a couple other Phoenix Squadron went to negotiate with the Mandalorians, and the Mandalorians were like, no, fuck, screw you, and they just opened fire and basically just ripped Hera a new one. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get to cutting this baby open. Let's get my scissors. Start at the top, and we'll work our way down. Yeah, come on. There we go. And just be able to tear it apart now. Yeah, there we go. Oh wow, that came out easier than I thought it did. Okay, so let's get the ship model out of the way. Alright. Have a look at this beauty. Look at that. It's a very thin starfighter, which I guess is appropriate because it makes it so that's incredibly hard to hit. Let's do like a top-down view. There you go. There's what the top looks like. And these wings here are connected to like a gyroscopic little spot here around the engine that allow it to spin around and around and around and around. And which makes it so that it's next to impossible to evade their shots. It's got maybe I think three engines right along here, if you can see them. And like I said, it's a very, very narrow profile if you look at it this way and that way. If you were to approach it head on, you'd have to pretty much be very accurate with your shots. Otherwise, you would just miss left, right, and center. But if you're coming from the top or bottom, it's a pretty wide open target. Alright, so that said, let's move this aside. And we'll start with the upgrades and the pilots that come with this beautiful, beautiful ship. Just open this up. Okay, so first off, we've got a couple of reference cards for the boost action. As you can see here, basically states, you know, how to perform a boost action, when you can do it, when you can't do it. And then there is the Talon roll. Again, same thing. It teaches you how to do the Talon roll, when you can do it, when you can't do it, that sort of thing. Straightforward. Now let's look at the pilots. Again, we're gonna go in descending order or ascending order. So we're gonna start with the lowest pilot skill and work our way up. Let me just get these all organized. This ship surprisingly comes with a lot of pilots. It comes with 6 pilots. 3 of them generic, 3 of them unique. I'll start with this one here. We have the Zealous Recruit. Coming in at a pilot skill of 1, he flies the Protectorate Starfighter for the Scum and Villainy faction, more accurately for the Mandalorians at Concord Dawn. He has a standard stat line of a Concord Dawn Protectorate Fighter. He has an attack value of 3, an agility value of 3, a hull value of 4, and a shield value of 0. Now, this is interesting. These guys use these ships to rush their opponents head on. Yet look at its hull and look at its shields. It's basically a suicide run, if you ask me. But we'll get to that in a bit. His action bar consists of the focus, target lock, barrel, and boost actions. He costs, I believe that says 20 points. Yeah, 20 points. It can only take a warhead as well as a Talon modification. A generic pilot has no special abilities. But the thing with this guy is that he's 20 points. He's a relatively cheap ship. You could field 5 of these naked for a mini swarm, and you'd be getting the most out of it that way. However, if you're going to be fielding 5 of these, I would recommend not using what's known as the Concord face-off maneuver. Again, I'll get to that in a second. Let's move on to the next pilot. Next pilot is a Concord Dawn veteran. Coming in at a pilot skill of 3, He also flies the Protectorate Starfighter. Same stat line, attack 3, agility 3, hull 4, shield 0. Same actions, focus, target lock, barrel, and boost. Cost 22 points. And his upgrade bar has an elite, an EPT, as well as a warhead, as well as a Thailand modification. Again, common pilot, no special abilities. But again, you can field these in like maybe a squadron of 4 or 3, depending on what upgrade you put on there. And that's about it. Let's go on to the next pilot. Next pilot is a Concord Dawn Ace. Coming in at a pilot skill of 5, also flies a Protectorate Fighter. Attack 3, agility 3, hull 4, shield 0. Focus, target lock, barrel, boost. Can take focus. Is able to take an EPT, EPT, warhead, title, and modification, and it also costs 23 points. So slowly increasing in cost, but not by much. So you can still basically, in theory, you could still basically field a mini swarm of these, and use that to overwhelm your opponent with sheer numbers. Now, move on to the elites. The first one of the elites is Cad Solus. I believe that's his name. Yeah, Cad Solus. He comes in at a pilot skill of 6. He flies the Protectorate Starfighter for the Mandalorians. Attack of 3, agility of 3, a hull of 4, and a shield of 0. His action bar consists of the focus, target lock, barrel, and boost. Costs 25 points to field, and his upgrade bar consists of a warhead, an EPT, as well as a Thailand modification. Let me just there we go. That looks a little bit better. However, his elite pilot ability states: after you execute a red maneuver, assign 2 focus tokens to your ship. So, Cad Solus, executing a red maneuver with him is actually a good thing, because it's basically Sunterfell's ability, but you get 2 focus tokens because of it. Whereas Sunter's ability is, if you receive a stress, you get a free focus. Cad Solus's ability is, if you perform a red maneuver, you get to assign 2 focus tokens. So that's good for if you're performing like a Talon roll or a Choreograph turn, and you're just in the right angle of attack, but you have no modifiers. That's fine. Cad Solus, because you did a red maneuver, you get 2 focus tokens as a result. So you can use 1 for attack and 1 for defense. So basically, with Cad Solus, it covers his, this doing red maneuvers basically has his bases covered. Moving on to the next pilot, we have Old Turok. Coming in at a pilot skill of 7, he also flies Protectorate Fighter. He has an attack of 3, agility 3, hull of 4, shield of 0. Action bar consists of the focus, target lock, barrel roll, and boost actions. He costs 26, I believe that is. 26 points to field. Upgrade bar consists of an EPT, warhead, Thailand modification. His pilot ability reads: at the start of the combat phase, you may choose one enemy ship at range 1. If you are inside the firing arc, it discards all focus and evade tokens. So Old Turok is one of those shits where you want to rush in and get right in their face because of his ability. If he gets right in their face, they lose all of their modifiers. So basically, it's like a scum. It's almost like a scum version of Karner Jax, in the sense that if he's in range 1 and he's in their arc, their focus and all of their tokens are gone. So no modifiers. He's just flat out denying you. Yep. Well, we're in range of each other. Guess what? Boom. You get nothing, and I have everything. So, yeah. Also, if depending on the upgrade you give him, that could really turn the tide in his favor, especially when you're jousting. Now we move on to the last of the elite pilots. And that is Fen Rao. Coming in at a pilot skill of 9, he flies the Protectorate Starfighter. Attack of 3, agility 3, hull 4, shield 0. Focus, target lock, boost, and barrel roll are his actions. His cost 28 points to field, and this upgrade bar consists of the EPT, a warhead, a Thailand modification. And his special ability reads: when attacking or defending, if the enemy ship is at range 1, you may roll 1 additional attack die. So Fen Rao, again, you want to get in close, range 1. That way you get that extra attack whenever the extra die when you're attacking or defending. So it's almost like Talonbane Cobra's effect, where if he's at range 1 and attacking, or range 3 and defending, it doubles his multiplier bonus. But with Fen Rao, and if he's at range 1, he gets 1 additional die. In fact, his ability is actually more similar to that of Gemar Sojin, in the sense that if Gemar's at range 1, of at least one enemy ship, his agility value increases by 1. But with Fen Rao, If he's at range 1, then he just gets to roll one. He gets to roll one additional attack die for attacking, defending. This paired with a specific upgrade set turns Fen Rao into one heck of a killing machine. Like, no joke. I tested this guy on the squadron benchmark, and I pitted him against Darth Vader, and no joke, I one-shot Darth Vader, and he was at full health with this guy. He is amazing. Especially with the upgrades we put on him, which we are going to get into right now. Just move these out of the way. Doesn't have much in terms of upgrades. I will say that. I thought it would have more, but